All right. It's been a while. What is going on, everybody? For those of you guys who don't remember me, that's right. I'm Connect Fan 2023, aka Thompson PBS Fan Program Breaker 20K5. Okay. That username was so long, I will admit. But hey, what is going on? It's actually been a while since I've done a live stream, which the last live stream I've made before was let's see. I think the last live stream I remember making at the time was hmm, I think it was March of last year when I made a live stream and had a pretty fun time, but I'm going to be making an explanation. But this stream isn't just going to be a comeback stream. I'm also going to be making a stream explaining about what happened and why I haven't been making any videos or streams for a while. Uh, oh, let me see the comments. Let's see. Sorry guys. So I was originally going to do this on my laptop, but for some reason my laptop would not comply with me, so that's why I'm going through my phone to do this. But hey, either way, a phone can work. But if you guys can hear me pretty well, then make sure you leave a like in the chat stream. Otherwise, I hope you guys enjoy the stream. So, as I was trying to say, where have I been and what have I been doing? Well, that's a long story I need to discuss about. See, what happened was last year, as you all know, I'm pretty sure as you all know, about 2 years ago, I graduated from high school, and yeah, and about that time, I probably started college in about August of 2023 was when I started, and ooh, we got 4 views. That's nice. Anyways, so what happened was in August 2023 was when I started college, and I still kind of continued to make streams at the time. I tried to make as much live streams as I can before I started college, but unfortunately, it wasn't going to be that easy because there were a few streams I deleted at the time, mainly so I can avoid copyright. Because honestly, you don't want to get a copyright there, that's not that's the reason why I deleted the previous stream I made in August. And then the last stream I made was March of last year, I remember. And then, oh, yeah. So it was March of last year, as I said. And after March of last year, I stopped making streams for a while because I was trying to deal with college first. And I realized I haven't made a live stream for so long. Like, I couldn't believe myself. Really? You haven't made a live stream for so long? I mean, it was really unbelievable of me. I haven't made a live stream for for over a year. And after a year, I'm finally back. And yeah, I know what am I doing here while I'm in the stream. Well, to be fair, let's be honest. The only reason I was here to begin with was mainly because of school, of course. Speaking of school, I just finished the spring term and now I'm back. And now I'm back to regular schedule. And yeah, I'm just really excited that I'm just happy you guys were able to come here and support me throughout all the times that I've been through. S- So, oh shoot. Sorry. Forgot to put this on do not disturb mode there. There we go. That's much better. Sorry about that. So, anyways, what I was trying to say was that originally, I had some stream planned back in May, but unfortunately, I had to scrap that. And the main reason for that was because, let's just say, it was mainly because I had trouble with my microphone at the time. I still have no idea why my camera access won't work on my Chromebook, because as you all know, I use an HP Chromebook. I mean, believe me, I've used it so many times before and it worked. I don't even know what happened. Maybe it's because I don't know. Maybe it's because of something else. Maybe it just automatically turned off. Maybe it just doesn't want to work with me. I mean, I have no idea what happened. I mean, to be fair, it was perfectly fine before, and now I still have no idea why it's not working on me now. I mean, the microphone thing was one thing, but camera? Come on. Why do you have to let me down, camera? Why? But anyways, I'm really glad that I'm here to. I'm really am glad that I joined the stream with you guys, and I really am happy that I'm back after being gone for so long. And yeah, um, that's not the end of the stream though, because I got a lot of explaining to do. So, apparently the reason I've also been not making any streams for a while is because I've been getting criticized by a lot of people for my microphone issues, and to be honest, that kind of really isn't my fault because, well, okay, maybe it was a few times of my fault, but I honestly had no idea how this whole thing happened, anyways. I mean, it was never like that before. It was perfectly fine. My microphone the last time I've used it, which, um, if you don't know, I had an issue with my microphone last year, and for some reason, it just would not work with me. I don't even know how that even happened. I mean, it's so strange. Like, I'm sure maybe some of you guys have had this bug before, but uh yeah, I still have no idea what happened, but aside from that, at least I was able to get my microphone back to work. And hey, you know, even if I can't get my microphone to work on my Chromebook, at least I was able to get it to work on my phone, which, yeah, secretly I'm using my phone to, well, okay, it's not a secret anymore, but now that I'm using my phone to do the streams because apparently, let's just say my laptop doesn't like to work with me here for some reason. But anyways, yeah, that's what happened. And I really wished I figured out what happened, but I still have no idea why my Chromebook is acting like this, and I really hope I can figure out what to do about it. So, if you guys want to see more of these streams, well, I can't guarantee you that I'll make them all the time because sometimes I kind of wanted to go out of the media. Well, I think I've been out of the media for too long now, but I'm gonna try my best to be as much active as I can because now that I'm finished with the spring term and I'm on for summer break for a long time, for 4 months at least, I think now we have an opportunity. Now I think I have a chance to maybe make a stream. Not all the time, maybe like once a month or something. But yeah, I think maybe that's the reason why I'm gonna be I'm gonna try to make as much streams as I can, but I'm probably gonna make it once a month because sometimes I get a bit bored here and I really have nothing else to do. But that doesn't mean I don't like streaming. I still do enjoy streaming. I just sometimes need to do something else for a change. But hey, at least I still got you guys. I don't think I've seen anyone in the chat yet, but I'm sure maybe some people will understand why, but uh yeah. This is a comeback. I'm really glad you guys decided to come back and join my streams. Let's just hope I could try to continue making streams after this one. Yeah. But that's not all. I'm also am going to try to probably play a few games while I'm waiting for some people. I'm not gonna send them the StreamYard link. I'm just going to like wait. I'm just gonna do like a regular stream with like no meetings or anything like that. I have done a couple streams like this before, and I think I plan to keep it like that. So, but anyways, there you go. I'm back, and I'm ready to do some more streams. So, what else has also been happening? Well, last year I heard that there was a couple of dramas. I won't go into details about because I don't want to be involved in this. But anyways, there have been a couple of drama wars that happened so bad that just many people just decided to completely quit YouTube or something like that. And I'm not gonna lie, I really don't want to get have anything to do with it. But yeah, that's why I've been trying to staying out of YouTube for a while because I knew there were going to be some users who were a bit immature and anyways, just having a little drink. But anyways, um, as we all know, no one likes drama, and to be fair, drama has been the main situation of it. But at the same time, though, you can't really do anything about it because drama wars happen a lot, and that's something we obviously can't stop. And sometimes some drama wars can be resolved, but you have to put your mind to anything that you think is right. And so that's why I haven't been active on streams as much. So yeah, that's why I hadn't been active as it is, but I hope you guys do understand. And I also have some really sad news to everyone. Well, okay. A bit of sad news here. Kind of what really upsets me the most is how if you guys remember PBS, let's just take a look back there. So, PBS, one of our favorite programs to this one of our favorite programs that we all grew up with, and the program that we all really enjoy to this day. Well, maybe not to this day, but due to the drop of quality TV shows. But, anyways, apparently PBS, along with NPR, National Public Radio, which both PBS and NPR both, I think they're probably both separate companies that support different grants or something like that. But apparently they stopped doing funding for some reason. And it was all because of, well, you know what it is, but it has something to do with politics. I'm not going to go into details about it, but all I do know is PBS had stopped funding for new episodes. So that means new episodes, new episodes that try to be on TV or something like that are not going to happen anymore because they don't have a funding, and that's not going to be fair, is it? It just didn't seem right that this whole political situation happened. But it is what it is. It's just so sad that all the funding that was used on PBS programs, along with NPR programs as well, it's just so sad that it's gone. I mean, it is sad, but it is what it is. Now, you might not think this is a big deal, that it's not a big deal, but actually it is because fundings like the CPB, for example, were the ones that sponsored PBS and NPR to begin with. And the Department of Education was another thing that also sponsored PBS and NPR as well. And all other types of grants like that have also sponsored PBS. It's just so sad that they no longer sponsor them since the late 2010s, I like to say. Or mid to early, or mostly the start of the 2010s was when they stopped doing it. But it's just so sad, man. But yeah, I just hope that things don't get even worse when PBS shuts down for good, along with NPR, because I mean, what other programs would he have to listen besides NPR? I mean, well, what other programs would we Americans want to listen to besides? Well, okay, there are a couple of programs, such as ABC, for example, but either way, I'm just a little bit sad that all the funding is gone. Just a little bit, though, but but sometimes you just gotta let go. And to be honest, I'm not gonna lie, I really did not like I'm not gonna I'm sorry, I don't even know what I was gonna talk about, but uh, It's just really sad that the funding is going to be gone for good. I mean, to some people, they might not think, maybe some people might not think it's a big deal to just tell them to let it go. Well, they just made an announcement, and you can't just expect them to let it go right away. I mean, okay, I know it just happened, but you can't just expect them to let it go right away. I mean, that's just, that just doesn't work that way. You can't expect them to find out immediately and then tell them to just let it go immediately. I mean, that doesn't work that way. Okay? I mean, sure, I'll have some memories about it, but sometimes memories don't always work that way. But yeah, that's honestly one of the worst. That's kind of one of the worst things that could happen, actually. Because without funding, PBS would not be able to create new content for shows. But at the same time, though, as much as I hate the new content, PBS does have to learn. We do have to sometimes see PBS and NPR's new strategy of education. I mean, the thing was, PBS wasn't just about a cartoon animated series like Arthur or something like that, or a better quality show like Dragon Tales or something like that. They were mostly about education. And sometimes it's not always about education either. It's also about jokes. Jokes. I mean, sometimes you have to put in some kind of joke to make the episode a bit more interesting and less boring. Take the season 2 episode of Arthur, for example, Love Notes for Muffy, which has a good moral about joking, and it does have some pretty good scenes there. Very memorable scenes, of course. And that's what made the episode really great, if you think about it. Like, if you ever had an idea of how you create an episode, do watch the season 2 episode of Arthur Love Notes from Muffy, because if you watch that episode, you might get an idea of what's going on. And I feel like that's how it works. So, yeah, I feel like that's how an episode that's educated well and also puts some kind of humor into it works. That's how something works. Or sorry. And also PBS wasn't also, as I said, PBS wasn't just about better quality shows. It was also all about education too sometimes. But either way, while the new generation of PBS isn't as good as the one that I grew up with, like I remember back in like very late 2009 or 2010 mostly. I think it was mostly 2010. I think I remember I used to be a big fan of PBS Kids, kind of like how Flickle of a 2000 was, except he started watching it in 2003. And I was born in 2005 at the time. And what else? What was I gonna? Oh, yeah, yeah. I actually started watching PBS Kids in 2010. If I said 2008 or 2009, I meant 2010. But yeah. I was able to watch Dragon Tales, but I only got to watch season 3 episodes of it. I'm not really a big fan of Dragon Tales. I hadn't watched it as much, but I do think the show would be amazing. And I do know some episodes to avoid now, and I won't mention those because they're so hard to watch. Arthur, on the other hand, I think Arthur, I think I could see why Arthur was more better quality because as we all know, um what else? What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. I think Arthur was more better quality mainly because of the ages. I mean the thing was at the time, Arthur kind of started to move into modern technology since season 16 of the show or season 20. I feel like it was mostly season 20 because at that time, I'm pretty sure it was when they switched to mobile technology at the time, and I think that was when I think the animation started to get a bit more smoother in season 20, although still in the Flash animation. Like, let me explain the animation history of Arthur. Maybe it's better if I explain there, but now originally if I remember correctly for Arthur, the first three seasons of the show were produced in cell animation, fully cell animation. That means that the pictures were not as clear as before. And then beginning with season four, they changed it to digital ink and paint animation. But now, yeah, I didn't know that seasons four and five actually used digital ink and paint animation at the time. Now, the only way you can tell the difference between seasons one to three and seasons four and five are the animation itself. So, in seasons four and five, the backgrounds are actually a little bit more cleaner. Not as cleaner as season six, but not as rough as seasons one to three. But mm, yeah, so seasons four and five actually started using digital ink and paint animation, and I would like to credit Flickalova 2000 for telling me that. He did tell me about that 2 years ago, and I can't believe I didn't even know that. So basically, it made the pictures of it a little bit more cleaner than seasons one, two, and three. So yeah, although there were a little bit of limited character movements there, but not as much as the later seasons though when they started to go in the Flash. And then starting with season 6 up until season 11, the show was done in digital ink and paint animation, except the color characters were all given brighter color palettes. And then what else? Hmm. Oh yeah. So in 2004, Cinar rebranded to Cookie Jar Entertainment. So what I did also notice a slight notable change, not just the voice actors, but also not the voice actors necessarily, but I also noticed that the outlines for the outlines are a bit more thicker than season 6 to 8 in a way somehow. I mean, I think the outlines were a bit more thicker somehow. So somehow the outlines of the characters were all thicker in a way where they had a little bit of movements there. So it was basically seasons 9 through 11 that they were animated by Cookie Jar Entertainment, while the first 8 seasons of the show originally were animated by Sinar, but Sinar rebranded to Cookie Jar Entertainment in 2004. So that's interesting. That's an interesting note to make there. And then, beginning with season 12 of the show, not only did they change the backgrounds in the end credits, which I guess to be fair, I could understand why they did this because I'm not gonna lie, although I like the original colors for the end credits, I think I like the newer ones here because they seem a bit more original and they don't look too boring to look at through all the time. So I think that's why I kind of enjoy them. And that's not what I was gonna say. So starting with seasons 12 and 13, which fun fact, seasons 12 to 13 were produced in 2008, while seasons 14 and 15 were produced in 2010. But what I found out was seasons 12 through 15 actually started using season 12 actually started using flash animation along with season 13. The only difference between those is seasons 12, 13, and 14 and 15 all used flash animation, but they all keep the original hand drawn animation just like how the first the first 11 seasons of the show were used. And I'm pretty sure another way that was also noticeable was Oasis Animations. Even though they didn't take over Arthur until 2016, beginning with season 20, they actually did get some credit for the animation sponsors, but Cookie Jar Entertainment still kept animating Arthur at the time, while Oasis Animation did pre-production for the animation. I think that's what happened. But anyways, I think that's how it happened anyways. So I think I'm gonna stick this stream for at least another half an hour and then I'm gonna end it there. I know it was a bit short, but I'm not gonna end it now. I'm gonna end it in half an hour. But anyways, What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, of course. So seasons 12 to 15 actually started using Flash animation, though the only difference is that apparently while seasons 12 to 15 use Flash animation, they still keep the original hand drawn animation, just like how the first 11 seasons of the show used it. And another thing I also noticed is in seasons 12 and 13, they actually were all done in standard definition, while seasons 14 and 15, they were all done in HD. So that's something to make a note about. Oh, yeah, there we go. Sorry. So seasons 12 and 13 were in standard, and seasons 14 and 15 were all done in HD. Although I'm pretty sure in PBS airings, they were still produced in wide full screen at the time. Well, I'm pretty sure the only reason they were done in full screen was mainly because of the A Word From Us Kids segments or the Postcards from You segments, which yeah, I guess I could understand why they would put it in the middle of the episodes. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really the biggest fans of how they keep changing Arthur voice actors, but I guess I could understand why because I mean you have to find a voice actor who is suitable enough to play the character. I mean that's the only reason why I would think that. But yeah. It is kind of weird to change it. Well, it's not weird thing to change actors, but it's kind of weird how all the other actors who voiced other kid actors or something like that, they still kept them like throughout the whole show, and then yet some of the characters have to change voice actors, like Michael Yarmish, for example. His voice count sounded kid friendly in the first three seasons. His voice in season four changed a little bit. Well, I think his voice changed a little bit in season three. His voice started to change. I think he started to hit puberty in season four, but his voice changed a lot more in season five. In a way, same could be said for Michael K. Loads, where his voice for DW started to change a little bit in. Well, his voice for DW changed a lot in season three mostly. So after season three, who did, who should be replaced was Oliver Gringer. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be honest here, but I really enjoyed Oliver Gringer's performances as DW. Don't get me wrong, I think Cal Oates does a really good job, but Oliver Granger here really was the best because I think he has the best. I was almost about to say she, but he has one of the best iconic screams for DW. I can't even tell you how insane that is. But yeah, I think that's how uh, I think Oliver Granger here was definitely my favorite voice actor. Although Kalotes, I think, did a pretty good job, don't get me wrong. I will give Kalotes a lot more credit along. Well, I think I'll give Kalotes as much credit as Oliver Granger, because while Kalotes was pretty good, don't get me. Well, I think he was great, but my only issue was his voice for the character at times sounded a bit monotone, especially in the first season. Although well, at times, he sounded a bit monotone. Like, for example, in Arthur's Family Vacation, when DW shouts, gas chamber, it just doesn't sound girls screaming in a way. But then I'm pretty sure in the next scene where and his family have to chase DW's Sharky toy, I'm pretty sure that's when DW let out a dramatic scream. I think that was much better than the previous one, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I think I had fond memories watching Arthur's Family Vacation, and that had to be my favorite episode without a doubt. I definitely remember watching this back in 2010, and my God, that had to be my favorite. Couldn't stop. I couldn't stop laughing at the parts where 30W just screamed a lot. But yeah, um, I think it's really interesting. But yeah, but I think I'm gonna have to give Oliver Gringer also some credit too for his iconic DW screams. but I think his voice changed a bit in season 6, where his voice sounded a little bit deeper than the previous 2 seasons that he did the voice acting. And I think that was when he was voiced, and then I think that's when, beginning with Arthur, It's Only Rock and Roll, which kind of served as the season 7 premiere. Well, I'm pretty sure Arthur, It's Only Rock and Roll, which I don't think I've ever watched it before, but I heard it's actually pretty good. But anyways, I'm pretty sure that special was the one that served as a special that was served to prepare for the new upcoming 7th season of the show. Arthur's Perfect Christmas, on the other hand, was a special, well, a holiday special, although a really great special I remember watching, but it was more of a holiday special, though, not a regular Arthur special. And yeah, I think that's what should be noted here. Sorry if I've been going different topics there, but you get my point, though. But Arthur's Perfect Christmas was a Christmas holiday special that came after season 5 wrapped up. Although it did came out on VHS before the premiere of season 5, but I don't know why it would come in September of 2000. I mean, why did it have to come that early? You could have released it in November, and then that would be satisfying. But the DVD, I think, came out 2 years later, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I think um I think after that I'm probably gonna have to end the stream there. Sorry if it was short, but I think that's all I could do for everyone here. Don't worry, I'm gonna try and make sure I get my computer looked at, and then we'll see if I can get the next stream done. But I really hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Make sure to leave a like, and I hope to see you guys another time. This is your for boy Connect Fan 2023, and I hope to see you guys next time.